No, I can't push my poncho agenda onto everyone.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexa Sunshine 83 here. We are starting this thrift with me at home because it is a Thriftmas giveaway style bundle extravaganza. Every December, I try to do some sort of holiday thrifting video, sometimes doing a thrift swap with one person or thrifting for 6 different YouTubers. But this year, I wanted to thrift for you. I will be creating thrifted style bundles of 5 pieces for 3 of you. I posted on my community tab the announcement and I got over 600 entries, which I totally thought I was only gonna get 100, maybe 200 entries, but wow. Going through the comments really warmed my heart, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that commented. I wish I could thrift for every single one of you, but after doing a comment randomizer, the winners I'll be thrifting for are Soleil, Tammy, and Katie. I have some really fun thrift trips planned for this video, a couple of markets, consignment shops, traditional thrift stores, just a whole lot of secondhand shopping. So before we start thrifting, I want to go through each of their Pinterest boards, their wish list items, also their do not want to receive list, just so we can get an idea of what I'll be looking for. First, we have Soleil, which they describe their style as a mix of Y2K streetwear, whimsical / fairy grungecore, and a bit of office siren. Their wish list items are a chunky black or dark brown cardigan, coquette milkmaid tops, would love a pair of office slacks, low rise with flare or straight leg, black or brown pinstripe, striped or solid arm warmers, mesh or solid camisole tanks for layering, also a boho chunky circle belt, and some more headscarves. Maybe a paisley or cute pattern mini skirt. Their do not want to receive list is no jeans, no full pastel colors, no very thick material because I live in Florida, and no hats. They sent over their Pinterest board and also their Depop likes. I just included if they felt like they like stuff that makes sense for their style on their Depop to send it, but if they didn't, it wasn't a big deal. And also same thing with like a Pinterest board, like it didn't have to be 2,000 pins like mine. It was just to kind of get an idea of the styling, textures, colors, like just to give a little bit more of a visual, especially with the description of their style, like kind of putting all the pieces together to fully understand and then thrift for that person, which this is their Pinterest board. Love the funky tights. They definitely have that whimsical yet also that office siren influence, like the mixture I definitely see on their Pinterest board. Also lots of layering, like I love all the layering on their Pinterest. These are jeans, but I definitely can see the style of potentially some slacks that hopefully I can find. I haven't started thrifting for anyone. I wanted to film this first and also like take a look at their Pinterest before I do, which I am going to be starting in a couple of days, but I definitely, again, see that influence of what they're talking about, the layering aspect. Let's go over to their Depop now. This is what it's looking like, and I see the pinstripe. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like high up on my list is to thrift something pinstripe. I have come across a good amount when I was thrifting for Kendall, so fingers crossed, like these pants definitely see that vibe. Also, there is that whimsical, like early 2000s style of top that I see liked in here. It kind of makes it a little bit more specific compared to Pinterest, so it is nice to have both, but again, not crucial necessarily for like the other people. Next up is Tammy, and I have asked everyone for permission to use their usernames and Pinterest and face for the video. Obviously, I just wanted to make sure that they were comfortable with that, but she described her style as super colorful, exaggerated twee. I love all kinds of prints, bold, subtle, tiny patterns, impactful graphics. I'm a mom to an adorable 1-year-old and I match a lot with my son, which that is so cute. We actually wear a lot of the same silhouettes, oversized and casual, practical but fun. Her wishlist items are a big cozy cardigan in a fun print, a mini skirt, any kind, colorful tights, cotton graphic tees, loose pants in a print or color, fun lawn sleeve tops, and a scarf. Things she does not want to receive is anything itchy or anything with a lot of buttons. She had some health issues recently that have made some mobility issues, so that is definitely something I am gonna have like at the top of my mind when I'm thrifting, especially a cardigan for her, and just making sure, hopefully if I find a cardigan for her, that then the buttons are easy to button up. And I think just overall, I want to pay attention to the ease of putting on all of these pieces. If I'm thrifting her pants, is it easy to button them or to latch them? You know, all of those things I really want to make sure that I thrift appropriately for her. Going to her Pinterest, so fun. Like exactly, again, how she described her style, I see it 100%. It's giving like Fruits magazine in a way, like a whimsical like maximalism, but like loose and comfortable. I think that is definitely where her style is, and like just so many great references. Lastly, we have Katie, which she describes her style as colorful, earthy, a bit of granola, garden, witchy influences. I'd love to pull in more practical magic / 90s vibes. So we have her current style and also what she wants to add to her style. And I think I am going to try to have a mix of like, okay, this is your current style, but here are some of those, again, practical magic 90s influences that you had mentioned, or at least fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping for in thrifting for Katie. She wants pattern maxi skirts, fun color sweaters, denim vests, especially with embroidery, and pattern pants. The only things she doesn't want to receive is no black or gray and no low rise. Going to her Pinterest, there's definitely that inspo of 90s, but also colorful. I see that garden aspect, again, that she mentioned. There's some fun patterns. I love this top. Oh my gosh, if I could find something like that. I think some really fun skirts that are in line with practical magic is where my focus is gonna be. She mentioned embroidery denim, like this denim vest. I feel like I do come across stuff like that, but I feel like now that I'm going to need to thrift it, I'm never gonna find it. But fingers crossed. I'm not, I think, gonna thrift outfits. If it happens that an outfit can be made, then cool. But I don't think I'm gonna focus as much as creating an outfit, because I think that can be limiting of like, oh no, like this top is so cute, but I feel like I have to make an outfit. I have to have a bottom. I will try to thrift bottoms for each of them, because that was a shout out of things that they want to be included. But if it doesn't like perfectly go with the bottoms, like a top that I find thrifting or a sweater I find thrifting, I'm still gonna include it, because I just want to include individually cool items that are going to go with their style and what they want their style to be, and Pinterest and all that. I think that's everything I wanted to cover before starting. I am so incredibly excited to be thrifting for you. I'm very scared, honestly. That's why I've never like sold style bundles or done a style bundle giveaway, because I'm terrified that I'm gonna do a terrible job. But I'm gonna believe in myself. I am confident. I know I can do it, especially going over their wish list items and their Pinterest. Like, I have a better idea, and I think it's definitely possible. You know what? It is possible. It 100% is possible that I'm going to thrift them amazing pieces. And yeah, let's start this Thriftmas thrifting. I will see you in a couple of days when I have my first thrift trip for the style bundles. Hello, welcome to day one of thrifting for Thriftmas. I am at Savers. It is a Sunday, so it's probably gonna be quite busy, but I'm gonna try to film as much as possible. I'm gonna have everyone's Pinterest open, their wish list items. I have my measuring tape. I'm hoping to at least find like one thing for each person, just to have a good base of the thrifted style bundles, because obviously, again, I'm going to multiple thrift stores and consignment shops throughout this video, but I just feel like I need a good, like, okay, we have the start of it and kind of going from there. So I have kind of high hopes for today's thrift trip. I don't think any of them had jackets on their wish list or even in their Pinterest. I think I'm gonna go to the skirts actually, because skirts, fun pants, I have like on the top of my head that I know that they had mentioned. Just taking a quick look though. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It's not on any of their wish lists, I don't believe, but it's a fringe dark turquoise suede jacket. Ugh, this is So pretty. I guess you probably can't even see right there. Oh, skirts are over here. So let's see. I like this floral pattern, but it does feel quite cheap. Like, I'm pretty sure it's from probably Shein, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm hoping to mainly focus on like vintage pieces. I think if it's some modern brands, like good quality modern brands, then that's fine, but I don't wanna be putting in like modern Shein, Cider, Princess Polly, all that. This is actually quite an interesting pinstripe midi skirt. Didn't someone say pinstripe Soleil? She said pinstripe pants, but potentially a skirt I think she would also like. I'm just gonna put it in. I like this corduroy mini skirt, but it's just a little too plain and boring. This kind of has, not really a paisley print, and it has ruching on the side. Not really the silhouette I'm wanting. I really like this floral skirt. It is originally from Nectar Clothing, so a modern brand. I do really like it. I just think it may be too pink and like too pastel for everyone. This is a fun, funky skirt, originally from Kemp Collection. Potentially. I am on Tammy's Pinterest right now because I have the pants here. Oh, distracted, but love that color. Fun, colorful pants. Let's see, ooh, these brown pinstripe pants for Soleil. No, not the right color. These are all like suit pants, not really any fun colors. I'm assuming because it's now winter time, so not much fun pants. I mean, these are fun. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. I like the paisley print on this, but they're kind of like an elastic waist legging, so I don't think the silhouette that I'm wanting. I mean, these checkered print, the free people pants are fun, but a little too micro trendy, 2020 micro trendy, and not the right like fun pattern that was on Tammy's Pinterest. This one's from Forever 21. Look at how cute this little peacoat is. This is such a fun poncho. It doesn't have a brand on it, but look at those buttons. I was really sad nobody had knit poncho on their wish list items or their Pinterest, so I have to leave it. Just wish this was chunkier. We have a chunky cream cardigan. If it was in dark brown, that would have been perfect. This is so fun. I don't know if this would fit anyone's Pinterest, but I'm gonna put it in my cart and we'll take a look. Oh, let's see if they have any denim vests with embroidery. A denim vest, but no embroidery. I'm trying to find tank tops, since that was something Soleil had on her wish list. I want to go into the dresses to see if I could even find like a loose, colorful dress that could be worn with a sweater. So almost using it as that patterned skirt. I mean, it's definitely colorful, but I don't think the style, at least for this right now. Oh my gosh, it is a long sleeve black velvet dress. I don't think anyone has any velvet on their wish list. Oh, I wish. I would love to gift this to someone. Oh my gosh, look at how cool this poncho is. Actually, could this, I know no one said a poncho, but nobody said not a poncho. It is kind of itchy though. No, I can't push my poncho agenda On to everyone. I'm now going through my cart right now. I thought this could work with someone, but nobody has anything super similar to this on their Pinterest or wish list, so that's a no. I'm thinking potentially this for Katie because she did say colorful, fun sweaters. It is a cardigan. My thing is it may be a little bit too pastel because she obviously mentioned practical magic and it gives me witchy, but with the pastel, I feel like that's kind of taking it out. But it is so incredibly cool. After looking at everyone's Pinterest board, if it was floral with this brown, dark green, tan, it would be perfect for Katie, but I just feel like the squares, it's a little bit too modern. I'm now going to measure the pinstripe skirt for Soleil. Oh, that's tiny, oh my gosh. I did not realize how small the skirt was. Ugh. But honestly, I was mainly looking for pinstripe and pants, but if I did find it in a skirt, I think that could totally work as well. I may get that cardigan for Katie, and if I end up finding something better, then I'll just like swap it out. But I think that's gonna be it for day one. I didn't have too much time, but I did just want to like start going thrifting just to kind of like get it going. Again, many, many more thrift trips to come, so I will see you the next time I go secondhand shopping for them. Hello, happy day 2 of thrifting. I just got to this Savers and I'm going straight to the pants because that is obviously something big on their wish list. Well, these are fun, not really the style, but I mean technically really fun pants. What size are you? It's a medium and cotton on. I don't know. They aren't really that loose, kind of like balloon style pant that I saw on their Pinterest. These are originally from Wild Fable. I do love the flare and the color, but no. I did find pinstripe pants. It's originally from Fashion Nova. Ugh. That makes me so angry because these would have been perfect. I may measure them and also see like what they're made out of. I don't know. Fashion Nova though, to put in a thrift mystery box, and this button is so cheap looking. No, I like this polka dot. Ooh, this is vintage. Not really any polka dot I saw either, but I like the vibe of that. Yeah, I think that's it for pants. I'm just really wanting something so specific that it may take like the last day of thrifting to finally find it. Let's now go into cardigans. Just see. I'm wanting earth tones or something. That one really cute pastel cardigan I ended up leaving because it was just way too pastel. It wasn't really fitting what I was wanting, and I know I can find something better. Basically I want that, but in more like muted, kind of the granola girl colors. I like this color, but not this silhouette. This is such a cute cardigan. It's originally from Country Craft. Just so adorable. Look at these fall leaves. Not really the full vibe I'm looking for, so I'll leave that. Don't remember if anyone had any tie-dye on their Pinterest, but I'm gonna put that in the cart because it can give maybe practical magic, but it may give just like two early 2000s Lizzie McGuire compared to practical magic, like not really witchy. I like the green, but not the feeling. This feels a little 80s. Yeah, no. I like this, but I don't know if it really fits anyone's wish list. Again, kind of another 80s vibe, or 90s with some like mom jeans, originally from Western Connection. Oh, I like the vibe of this. Liz Claiborne. Again, I think too pastel for anyone. Like on Tammy's, there is patchwork, but I do think a lot of the patchwork styles that she has is way colorful. This is like too pastel and muted. I'm gonna leave that. But amazing for whoever ends up thrifting that. Again, so much pastel here. Nothing I am obsessed with, so I am gonna go over to the skirts. Actually, love the vibe of this cardigan. It is originally from Cotton On and like not the best material, like quality buttons, but it is kind of giving Coogie, a modern version of Coogie. Coogie sweaters go for so much on Depop. Like, some of you all have lost your minds. They are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I've seen so many brands making like, or trying to make modern versions, and they just don't hit the same. Okay, let's see what they have here. This is pretty. I don't know. It's pretty, but it's just okay. I think this one may be a little bit too 90s for anyone, but I'll put it in my cart. But I don't know, the only person I could think of that it would actually make sense is Katie, and she said that she doesn't want any black, which this does have black, so I'm gonna leave this. Doing a little look through the dresses just to see if there's anything that fits any of the looks, but I don't think so. I keep finding so much velvet as I'm thrifting for everyone. If this was a better silhouette, I think I could give it to Katie because of the practical magic, whimsy goth addition she wants in her wardrobe, but this isn't really giving 90s. Sadly, I didn't find anything. I found like cute stuff, but especially because I haven't thrifted anything, I'm wanting that first thing that I thrift for any of them to be amazing. So I'm just being too picky. There is a second street I want to go to because I think that may be the perfect place to find the first thing, like buy the first thing for one of them or all of them. They just usually have a good range of different styles and sizes. So I think I'm gonna head there next because I'm feeling a little defeated. I'm so happy I stopped here because, spoiler alert, I bought some stuff. But first, going through their Y2K section, which there was loads of cute stuff. However, I was holding out for the perfect pieces, and this denim skirt was so tempting, but the sizing didn't work for anyone, and truly I just think I liked it versus anyone actually wanting something like it. So I put it back. Since Katie had a lot of patchwork pieces, I thought this dress could be a potential, but it did give too childish with the collar versus 90s patchwork. In the dressing room, I picked up this tank top for Soleil, thinking it could be a good layering piece for the Florida weather, but it didn't have the correct measurements, so it was a no. This dress was giving granola girl, but I didn't love the asymmetrical hem. This top was very fun, but I think too busy for what Tammy was wanting, and I kind of hated that random like 2 lines of fabric on the v-neck. I gasped when I saw these checkered pants because they are so perfect for Tammy. The looseness, the playfulness of the ruffle, the color, the pattern in general, but it did have 2 holes in the crotch, which I decided I'd try to see if the place I get my alterations done would be able to fix it in time for when I send out the bundles, because it was just way too good not to get. Another fun top that gives the playfulness of Tammy's Pinterest, but it is still giving a little too Y2K, and she didn't have any v-necks pinned on her Pinterest, so that was a no. I was really tempted by this skirt, but the measurements ended up not working out. I did find some pinstripe pants, but unfortunately the measurements weren't right, and honestly they did feel a little cheap. I was surprised how much I loved this top though for Soleil. It had a similar punchiness as the tops she liked on Depop, so I grabbed that, and that was it for day 2. Alrighty, it's been a couple of days, and today is very exciting because I am going to a vintage market that I was invited to by a viewer, a fellow Alexa, at Sundance Thrift Shop. They have one in Old Town Tustin and then also on Balboa Island. They're doing a winter market today. They're gonna have music, just a bunch of like community goods, thrifted vintage items, and figured it would be a great place to shop also for the style bundles. I may go to a Savers after this that's in the area, just because if I'm already down here, I might as well. But yeah, let's go to this winter market. It's a couple of days later, and today we are gonna have a full thrifting day. I'm planning on going to multiple Goodwills, potentially 2 Crossroads, and this is the first one we are starting at. I'm really wanting to focus on Soleil's style bundle because her style is so like expansive. Like there's so many different styles that is her style that you would think it would be really easy to then thrift for, but it's, for some reason, I'm just having such a difficult time making a decision. So I only have one thing for her right now, and even that I'm like, okay, could be a little outside the comfort zone potentially, but still inside her comfort zone based on her Pinterest. But I'm really hoping to find the pinstripe pants today. I mean, I know that's like definitely probably impossible, but I'm shooting for the moon. Technically not the color of a pinstripe pant I'm looking for, but pinstripe pants? No, this isn't the one, but this does add into me having hope. Oh my gosh, these are so nice. It is fake suede, but these are some really nice pants. I don't think really goes with anyone's style, but really nice quality. We have some plaid pants. Oh, these are definitely a nice wide leg, but they're originally from Daisy Street. I don't know if that brand is, it seems and feels like an ultra fast fashion brand, so I'm gonna leave that. If this was not like a weird shape, I mean, it's not that it's a weird shape, it's just more of a mermaid silhouette, which I don't think is what Soleil is wanting. It is originally from BB, but it's pinstripe. Ugh, it would have been perfect. I just feel like this ruching in the back, it's a look and it'll create a really interesting silhouette. I just don't think it is the one for her. Ooh, what are you? Paper tag. Oh my gosh. Cheryl Creations. It has the original Vintage Sellers price tag on here that says 90s dead stock value 45. And how much is, oh no, it doesn't have a tag for Goodwill. No, that makes me so sad. If a piece doesn't have a Goodwill tag on it, they basically have to take it back to their pricing department and it won't come back on the floor for a day. So like I wouldn't be able to get this today because they would have to do all that. So I can't even, this is like the one where I feel like it would have been kind of perfect for Soleil. It has that like stripe to it, but then also is kind of giving that 90s vibe. Ugh, well that makes me sad. Pinstripe blue, and they are cropped. Darn it. Originally from Marshall's for $19 and they are here for $9. I just keep finding cropped pinstripe pants. Look at this insane Penny Lane style suede jacket. I'm so sad it's nobody's size, and also nobody asked for a jacket like this, so even if it wasn't something that they asked for, but it's in beautiful condition. Are you kidding me? And not from like an ultra fast fashion brand. Whoever is a 3XL, you need to come buy this. Like, someone with this size is gonna come in and absolutely lose their minds over this jacket. Found nothing at this one, but that's okay because now we are on to the next stop. Right next to this Goodwill is actually their boutique that is supposed to be higher end items. That one XOXO dress was very cool, but I didn't really find anything that made sense for any of the bundles. So I went back to the normal Goodwill store right next door, and I didn't really get any footage because there wasn't really anything I was loving, minus 2 pinstripe pants. This first one was 100% wool and kind of itchy, so definitely not good for Florida sun. And then this pair was almost perfect, but the measurements just weren't right, so I left empty-handed to then a Crossroads, which I first thought these pants would be perfect for something patchwork for Katie, but they were horrific quality. Like, the look was super cute, but it felt like a flimsy plastic, so I left those. There wasn't really anything speaking to me in the sweater section. Some cute stuff, but either the quality was terrible or it was too itchy or the colors weren't right. But this cardigan was tempting for Soleil. However, it wasn't the brown or black color she had on her wish list, and it was a tad itchy and thick, so I left there for our third Goodwill of the day in Costa Mesa that actually had some good vintage brands, but not a lot of stuff that I felt made sense again for any of the bundles. For example, this top, it felt too flashy Y2K, and then this 90s floral dress had a base of black, so obviously it was a no. I did have to try it on because it was such a gem, but I left that. And our last stop of the day was another Crossroads, and finally, after like 5 hours of shopping, I found a circle belt for Soleil. I'm not sure the original brand, and I'm pretty sure it's not vintage, but it is literally what was on her thrift wish list, so obviously I had to buy that. For the other pieces I found, first is this top that gave, again, very flashy Y2K. I feel it could be more me versus the not like flashy Y2K that Soleil wanted, so it was a no. This denim top that I thought maybe if I couldn't find a denim embroidered vest for Katie, it would at least be similar, but it wasn't the right size, so that was a no. Even though this one isn't denim, I did think it could be perfect for Katie because of the color and the embroidery was just so similar to her Pinterest, but it was very teeny tiny, so it was also a no. As I was leaving, I found this gorgeous vintage cardigan that I thought could be perfect for Katie because it felt very 90s and felt so amazing. Like 50% cotton, 50% Rami, that is my jam, but it was black, so I left that as well. And after a full day of secondhand shopping, I ended up only buying that boho circle belt, which I do still think this day was a success just from finding that. I'm at the Rose Bowl this morning to do some shopping for the style bundles. I have really high expectations. I do think I'm gonna probably have the best luck with Katie's style bundle at the Rose Bowl because they have a lot of 90s fashion. Also Soleil, I think the early 2000s kind of vintage stands across the bridge are gonna be perfect for her. So here we are, bright and early. It is 7:45. It's gonna be a long day of shopping, honestly. I'm giving myself like however long I need to finish up the style bundles today. They seem to have some kind of like 90s vibe pieces, more like plaid skirts. I'm gonna try to go deep into the Rose Bowl and then always make my way back through. On Tammy's wish list is graphic cotton t-shirts, which I'm hoping will be easy to find today. I just want it to make sense with like her Pinterest board, to be like colorful but in the right way. I may wait to get into like searching for t-shirts because there are just so many t-shirt stands that could take me like a good 2 hours in itself, and I think going for the early 2000s 90s style first is probably my best way to tackle this morning. Oh, that shell cardigan is so cute. I really like that. This one is one of my favorite stands to go to. If you've seen any Rose Bowl video by me, then you have seen me go to this particular seller. Let's see. Oh my gosh, if this wasn't in black, that's like the most difficult part about Katie's style bundle. She's wanting like practical magic, whimsy goth 90s, but no black. So I keep finding these gorgeous 90s whimsy goth dresses, but they have black in them. I obviously want to keep in mind all of her no's and not thrift anything that they put on their nose. But it just makes me so sad because there's been so many good ones and I'm like, oh no, I can't get. I did buy something at the last stand, but I guess I didn't film it, so you will see that later. But I'm at my other favorite seller and they just have the best vintage pieces, especially in tops, which I found this gorgeous floral square neck top. And then I was liking this blue skirt, but it didn't work with anyone's Pinterest or measurements. So I then went through the knits and oh my gosh, so many amazing ones. But again, I feel like a broken record. Either they were too itchy, too thick for Soleil, not the right colors for any of them, or just not the right vibe, which they had some denim vests at the end, but nothing with embroidery. The skirts did have some promising ones, especially for a possible one for Tammy, since she was wanting a mini skirt in her bundle. I know I said I had high expectations for today, but oh my gosh, it's only what, like 20 minutes that I've been here and I already have bought 5 pieces. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good. I do already have that sunflower long sleeve for Tammy, but I just wanted to see if I could also find a fun graphic white loose t-shirt. So I went through so many t-shirt stands. Like, I don't even have all of the footage of me going through all of these stands because it all started looking the same and nothing was right for her, unfortunately. This stand was all vintage pieces sourced from Japan, lots of Custo Barcelona, but nothing with the right pattern for anyone. This stand had some really great bottoms, but none of them were the right fit. I'm very crushed about these corduroy striped ones because somebody needed these, but none of the measurements made sense. I did end up finding loads at this stand, which is one of my favorites to visit at the Rose Bowl because they always have the best vintage and they did not disappoint. Although I didn't get any footage because I was in the zone, so you will see what I got later. By this point, it had almost been 5 hours and I felt like I had found almost everything I needed. I was still holding out on the pinstripe pants and somehow I went to this stand that had the perfect ones hanging up, and after doing measurements, they were perfect for Soleil. So I bought those. I kept on going through some more stands, which I did really love this patchwork skirt, and I'm kind of regretful that I didn't get it for Katie, but I think I was maybe delirious at this point from the shopping because now I had been like a full 5 hours. So I called it a day and left with my haul of vintage pieces for them. It is finally time for me to show you what I will be including in these style bundles. I have been a nervous wreck about these style bundles. Kept getting in my head of like, oh my gosh, this isn't good enough. I'm not getting every single piece that's on their wish list. But now that I have everything in front of me, like, I'm gonna give myself claps. I think I totally nailed each one of their styles and their Pinterest. Again, I didn't find every single thing that was on each of their wish lists, but the vibes are there and I'm really proud of them. So let's first start off with Tammy's style bundle. As a reminder, she described her style as super colorful and exaggerated twee. She also made note that her and her son end up matching with the silhouettes that they wear. So oversized, casual, and practical, but fun. And I think I nailed it. I'm first gonna start off with something that you haven't seen that I actually originally thrifted for myself, but when I got Tammy's wish list and just what her style was and her Pinterest board, it was just way too perfect not to include it. It is this fairy cardigan. Come on. Come on. These buttons are on the smaller side, but I still wanted to include it because I think she'll style this unbuttoned. If I was gonna keep it, I would be styling it unbuttoned. I am including 6 items instead of the original 5 that I was going to thrift for everyone. So I feel like this will just kind of be like a bonus item, and if it doesn't end up working out, then you know, it's okay. It's not part of just the 5 items. Now there are a couple of holes on it as well, so that's why I feel okay with it being more of a bonus item. Obviously, all of these are secondhand. A lot of them are vintage, so it's totally normal for them to have some sort of wear and tear. And especially on a knit as delicate as this one, there is this hole in the back on one of the clouds, but I just don't feel like it takes away from how amazing the cardigan is. Then I have this top, which I just think totally describes Tammy's style, at least how I'm interpreting it. Like this graphic, the fun pattern, it also is super easy to put on and off. I just love it. It is from a brand called Creations by Garden of Earth, which you saw when I went to that market. They upcycle all their pieces. So they not only upcycled this fabric into a top, but then they created this patch. Next is another piece I got from that market, is this sunflower lawn sleeve. It's kind of like a crew neck, but also like a long sleeve, which kind of is a crew neck sweatshirt. It's like in between a crew neck sweatshirt feeling and a like normal long sleeve top. This graphic is so perfect to what was on her Pinterest board, and it just has such a nice like oversized, comfortable, easy to put on and off. The bottom doesn't go in. I hate when crew necks, like the elastic goes in at the bottom. This one stays nice and loose. I did want to make note that there is slightly a stain on the bottom on the back, which I'm obviously going to let her know as well, but it was way too perfect to leave. From the Rose Bowl Flea Market, I got this beautiful pastel yellow floral mini skirt. It fits high rise, which that was put as a preference on her measurements that she had sent me. This, like, with that, okay, I'm gonna have to show it on the mannequin because this pairing together, even though I wasn't thrifting outfits, it does go really great together. Oh, I also forgot to say some of the brands because they are all like vintage, non-modern brands. This one is from Unique Collective. That was obviously a really big thing that I didn't want to thrift any modern brands, which this next one from the Roseville Flea Market I got from her is XXS, I think, and it is this flowy polka dot like baby doll top. So twee, so incredibly perfect. And I think, again, not trying to necessarily thrift full outfits, but it could go really well together with these checkered, loose, ruffled pants like that with the colors together. As you saw when I found these at the consignment shop, there were 2 holes on the crotch, which I probably could have sewn myself, but I didn't want to mess up, and especially that these are like giveaway items, I wanted them to be in, you know, somewhat good condition as much as possible, even with being secondhand. So I took them to my tailor and they fixed them up, so no holes. Oh, these pants are just, again, so perfect. It could be with the green top, it could be with the sunflower top, even this top. Like if she's really feeling colorful that day, why not? Another call out for these pants that I really liked about them is it is elastic, so no zippers, no buttons, will be easy to pull on it off, which that is all for Tammy's style bundle. Now on to Soleil's, which is very different than Tammy's and also Katie's. I loved how much variety of style that all these winners had, which they were chosen at random and just happened to have very different styles, but some like overlapping styles. But definitely Soleil's is a lot of mixes of things. I was stumped for a while with thrifting for them because I didn't know if I should go through the Y2K streetwear avenue or that whimsical avenue or the office siren avenue, especially because their wishlist items were in a abundant of just different things, and there were a lot that I really wanted to find that honestly it was killing me, and I almost pushed me sending out the style bundles another week because I still wanted to find like the exact pieces that were on their wish list. But I have 6 items altogether for them, so I'm good. I am good to close it, and I think all of these pieces they will really love. Again, I'm overthinking everything. First up is this floral top that I got at the Rose Bowl, originally from New York & Company, and it is this mesh floral. They had a lot of neutrals on their Pinterest board, but then also some color with the tops that were pinned, and then their Depop likes really ranged with Y2K tops and that like square, almost cottagecore style top. So I think I very much like went into that direction because this one having the square neck, it has kind of a cottagecore feel to it. It also is that mesh that they called out that they like, especially because they live in Florida. And then this kind of goes into the office siren style. It is this mesh fully see-through button-up top. It's originally from Opera Clothing with a paper tag. They had so many color tops pinned on their Pinterest, and this with like a black tank top I think would hopefully be appropriate for their weather. It's layering without having too many layers that would make them overly sweat. And again, not trying to make an outfit, but I did kind of make an outfit with finding the pinstripe pants. They are originally from Star City, Miranda, and I'm just so flabbergasted that I found them. I was really contemplating just gifting them my pinstripe pants if I didn't find any, because they had so much pinstripe, and again, just within their style, I knew that a pinstripe pant would really make a difference with their wardrobe. But luckily, luck was on my side, and I found a pair. Another top that they can pair with those pinstripe pants is this gray, almost like silver vintage Rampage square neck top. This I think totally combines that like cottagecore milkmaid square neck top that was on their wish list with that street style and office siren. I didn't even think those two could come together, but I think it does with this top. Like I said, their Depop likes had a lot of those like Y2K very patterned tops, and this one just jumped out at me where I think it totally nails that. It is completely see-through, so they will have to wear probably a tank top or even a swimsuit under, or even a bralette under. I think that would be so cute. For the 6th item, I found a circle belt. I cannot believe I found this. When I was going through the wishlist items and I saw a boho chunky circle belt, I was like, I'm not gonna find that. Like, I really try to, you know, put out into the manifestation of thrift gods and all of that, but I knew that just was not something I was gonna find. And it proved me wrong. I don't think the colors necessarily fully go with the style bundle, but I think based on their Pinterest board and Depop likes that it will go with the clothes that they have in their wardrobe, especially because there weren't any colors that they weren't into. It was just pastel colors and really thick material. Like this being a neutral, I think is gonna go with anything in their wardrobe. Lastly, we have Katie's style bundle, which I tried to do something similar as with Soleil's style bundle, where it is a mix of the 2 styles that they had mentioned. And first, I think this one totally fits into more of that like earthy 90s style, especially from their Pinterest board and their wishlist item being an embroidered denim vest. I really thought that this was gonna be the easiest thing to thrift, but no, it took me the last day at the Rose Bowl flea market to find the perfect one. It is originally from Argan Pro collection, and the embroidery on it is so gorgeous and so similar to what she had pinned. For more of that practical magic 90s inspiration, I have this paisley print dress originally from Wet Seal Vintage. Like, you've got to be kidding me. something that I obviously mentioned when I was thrifting for them, Katie not wanting any black, and so many Practical Magic style dresses that I kept finding had black in them, which is why I was so excited when I found this dress, because it is a base of white but then has that paisley pattern, which paisley pattern is so core to the whimsy goth style. And so even though it has a little bit more of like a lighter colorful tone, that paisley is leaning it into that style. And also Sandra Bullock is wearing this floral skirt in Practical Magic that Katie has pinned on her Pinterest board that I think has really similar vibes. Something I really struggled with trying to find for all of these style bundles were skirts. Why was it so dry in the skirt department, especially when it was called out of them wanting it in their wish list? Like with Katie's, it was patterned maxi skirts and so in line with the Practical Magic inspo that I was getting really irritated. Like when I was at the Rose Bowl flea market, that was number one that I needed to find since that was the last day that I was shopping for these style bundles. And I mean, I did end up finding one, and the perfect one, honestly. It is this purple ombre floral maxi skirt. Because I didn't want to include any black pieces, I was really leaning on purple because purple has that like darker tone without being black, and I think this just fit the style that she was wanting, especially with potentially being styled with this purple cardigan. This is originally from Sag Harbor. Oh, where is the skirt originally from? It has a paper tag. It is from Bella Mode, and I just think the layering opportunities with this cardigan and could add that like 90s witchy flair to any of her outfits that she currently wears and is wanting to lean again more into that style. Like she mentioned, this would be a really great topper with anything. I did find a sweater for Katie. This one is striped, which she had loads of striped pieces on her Pinterest board, but I liked this one being a little bit darker in tone and just feels kind of like a muted earthy nature granola girl vibe. Now that is 5 pieces, but I originally got this sweater vest for her at the Rose Bowl that is so perfect for her Pinterest board and the colors. However, it is damaged, and I'm just so sad that I didn't realize it when I originally bought it. It's not too damaged, like I think that's why I didn't realize it, but I feel like it's damaged enough where I wouldn't feel comfortable including it in a giveaway style bundle, and unfortunately I don't have enough time to get it fixed, so I won't be including it, but I just quickly wanted to show. So this is one side that is totally fine, but then this is the other side, and yeah, you can already see just how much of that opening it would need to be restitched right here. Oh, it makes me so sad because it's so perfect. Originally from there, but I actually bought this top before that one. When I saw that one, I was like, oh, obviously I'm going to include that one instead of this. Like that one is just so perfect. But I do think this one is also really perfect. It is originally from Hip Wear, so it's a vintage. It's this like purple tie-dye square neck, very 90s top, like so amazing. I just wasn't sure if there was too much purple, which is why when I found that green sweater vest, not only was it the perfect style for her, but then it was another color to include. But I actually think this one makes more sense in like completing the style bundle. Alrighty, that was everything for my Thriftmas 2025 style bundle giveaway. I'm so excited to get these shipped out tomorrow morning and hear what everyone thinks about all the items. I'm really hoping these pieces, or at least some of the pieces, end up becoming like core parts of their style and like their favorite items. I had so much fun doing this, and again, just want to say thank you to everyone that entered. Thank you to everyone that has supported me this past year and also like previous years has continued to support me. Let me know in the comments down below which item was your favorite. I honestly don't know if I can choose. Like the purple skirt is just so good, the pinstripe pants, and then also that upcycled top for Tammy. Like I think that may be my favorite item just because I think it is so perfect for her, but I may just be like tooting my own horn. If you are not already subscribed and you like thrifting and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and also follow me on Instagram, which is alexsunshine83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!